Hi everyone, and welcome back to Risingstrings Academy. I'm Kalina Yankova, and today we are diving into a crucial topic for every violinist, and that is resetting the left hand and building a well-shaped, agile, and strong hand structure, especially around the fourth finger. Let's begin with something I see all the time, especially among beginners, but also with intermediate players who want to refine their technique. This is the shape and the function of the left hand. As we begin to develop the fourth finger, most students notice it tends to be flat or weak. And that's normal, but there is a way to fix it. To accommodate the fourth finger, we must slightly turn the hand inward, closer to the fingerboard. The fourth finger needs to be rounded and in arch-shaped and not to be collapsed. Avoid drifting too far from the first finger and maintain balance between the fingers. And with balance also mean that you have to have a spacing between your fingers. So if you haven't seen my previous video called Milstein exercise, I recommend that you go and see that first, and then you can watch this video. But if you just want a quick recap, I can demonstrate the exercise very fast. And Milstein exercise is when you put the violin between your first and second finger, and then you have your thumb very relaxed, and then you put the second finger down as C sharp, then D, and instead of putting the fourth on E, you put it on E flat, and you want it to be bent. Of course, if you can manage to put it on a E, you can try to do that, but also try to have it rounded, because that's the meaning of the exercise. And then you take the index finger on its right place, and just for the sake of the exercise, you stay with your thumb a little bit more forward. Let's say it's between the second and the third finger, and this is just for the exercise, so keep it there. And then you try to train your fourth finger to be bent. You can do Shredek, you can do Shevchik, and the purpose of it is to come a little bit closer to the fingerboard and just create a spacing between your fingers. And as I said before, you can also take out your arm or elbow a little bit out. Another very quick and easy exercise you can do is just to tap with your fingers. It's almost like when you're nervous and you're tapping on the table. And you can do that on the violin. So the purpose of this is to move your fingers from the bass joint, and learn also to use them separately. You will notice that the bass joints are active and fingers articulate from the bass. Quick tips: keep your thumb relaxed and not hyperextended or pulled back. Bend the third and the fourth finger together in a coordinated way. And make sure that the angle of the finger is curved and not collapsing sideways. And I mean any of the fingers. It can be the first finger that sometimes is collapsing or just coming sideways when you put it down because of the different position of your hands. Let's apply all of this to a descending G major scale. This is a great tool for developing a left hand efficiency. We'll play one note per bow. And the most important is that your fingers are agile and you move them from the bass joint. And you probably noticed that my pinky. It's not bending, and as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm also working on a Milstein exercise, and hopefully it will be better and better. Now let's take everything we discussed and apply it to a slightly different scale, A flat major. This key is a little bit different because of the finger patterns. In G major, we have third and fourth finger far away from each other, but in A flat major, we have third and fourth together except for the 8th string. Start by playing the scale slowly in first position and focus on the rounded shape of the fourth finger. Watch also for a proper spacing between each finger and make sure that the wrist doesn't collapse inward. Also think about to take out your elbow slightly out. In the next exercise, I want you to take the same scale, descending from E string, and every time you are about to put the next finger, especially the fourth finger on the next string, I want you to prepare your hand. So when you are on E string and playing your first finger, F, I want you to go a little bit above the string on the E flat on A string. So it will look like this. And here I want to prepare. And prepare again. Prepare. So the purpose of this exercise is to come closer to the string when you're supposed to play the fourth finger, and thus make the movement smoother. It also gives you time to think about bending your fourth finger. In the next exercise, we are going to move and play the same A flat major scale in fourth position. The goal is to remain the same quality and finger shape and control despite the new geography of the fingerboard. I find that a little bit easier to be in the fourth position because somehow my hand is slightly more up and the finger has more space to curve here. So that helps me actually to bend my fingers a little bit more than usual than when I'm in the first position. Also, I think it's because I have the hand against the violin here, and that also is a support for my hand. The fingers can be a little bit more free. Let me know how it feels for you if you practice the scale in fourth position. Did it help? The fourth position exercise is also test for your hand's adaptability. You'll notice that position shifts often challenge finger angles. But if your hand is well structured and shaped, that should remain stable. Don't rush this. Play slowly and listen carefully and observe your hand visually in a mirror. You want clarity of pitch and clarity of shape. In this next exercise, let's try to intentionally move your hand closer to the fingerboard. This helps the shape of the fingers, and it's a good start. Later on, when your fingers are stronger and more disciplined in a way, you can return to more natural position. This phase is temporary. Don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Strength and control come with practice and consistency. Let's start with G major scale and play 2 notes per bow, and try to keep the hand and your wrist a little bit closer to the fingerboard this time and see how that feels. Next time, try to play it a little bit faster. Or even 4 on the same bow. Shaping the left hand is a journey. It's about combining awareness, slow work, and the right exercise. Do your Milstein exercise. Prepare your fingers in scales. And stay closer to the string when you're playing the scales or the exercises. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling me how your fourth finger is doing. I would love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions. Until next time, keep practicing and be inspired.